What's going on, family? Pray y'all are doing well. As we out top, give the Most High all the honor, the glory, and all praise. I'm kind of piggybacking off of the video about celebrities and basketball players, like we was talking about giants that you see in the NBA when we talk about everybody not being human. And the question was asked to me about most of the world leaders. And all I'm doing in these videos, y'all, is saying things I've been saying long time ago. For those that keep up with Brother PP Jones, his videos, y'all already know we've been saying these things long time ago. And what we're doing is just kind of recapping on what we've already said as you see it more and more and more right now. Now, if you look at Joe Biden real close, Obama real close, even Donald Trump real close, how many times have you heard me say on her, I'm just quoting what Franklin D. Roosevelt said, presidents are selected and not elected. And that goes over most people's head while they're still trying to get equal with a satanic system. There's that lady, Nancy, was it, how do you say her name, Pelosi or Pelosi, forgive me if I'm saying it wrong, I want to say Pelosi. But y'all remember when she was on there in politics and she said, I'm a reptilian. And she kind of did this smirk and laugh. And then you had a whole lot of people kind of debating about that argument because you talk about and hear about reptilian people. I even done a video about that, you know, reptilian people. And most people say it was just a joke. You know, it was a way she said it. She didn't mean nothing by it. But then you got those who understood from the spiritual realm that most of your world leaders that you see are not even human. I'm going to say it again. Most of your world leaders that you see are not human. They're not real. And I know that goes over a lot of people's head. If you take a good look at Trump, do Trump really, really look like he's human like you think? And to me, when Nancy said that, because you think about reptilians, a reptile, cold-blooded. Some say she was making a metaphor out of that. But really, when you look at that and you look at her, you look at how many of y'all been talking about shapeshifters, you know what I'm saying? The way they move. Was she being sarcastic? Was she really using that as a metaphor? Or was she really telling everybody she was really a reptile? She was a reptilian. And you look at the way reptilians move and operate once again. So you got all this talk and debate too about lizard people. Now, I've been talking about familiar spirits a lot, trying to tie all this in together. I've been talking about clones. And even Biden, there was this argument about was he a Mason or not. See, don't get me started talking about Salt Lake City, y'all, and the Egyptian statue, where most of the Masons meet. See, it's so much people don't understand in the spiritual realm on why we do these videos so much to wake people up on what the churches are not talking about. You got so many churches, that's just stuck in religion and tradition. The men, they don't have a clue on what we be talking about on this page, because it's all about going to the building and all that going to the building. I'm not knocking what people do. I'm just saying you got a lot of people going to be caught off guard, that is caught off guard, because they're not aware of what's going on. They're not being taught the spiritual world, the spiritual realm, excuse me. And they throwing this stuff right in our face. That's why when I did the video about marine kingdom or water spirits, or when y'all was asking me a long time ago, what happened to them daughters of men when the giants slept with them? Man, when you read the removed books, you'll see that these women were cast into the water. They didn't die. Somebody to catch that. But you're not going to read that in the King James Bible. That's why a lot of stuff I say is stupid to people, or they ain't going to accept it. But if you think for 1 second them sirens are not real, or the mermaids, or why so many people keep coming up in the water missing, you should see it now. That the Bible said there was giants before and after the flood. But giant don't always mean tall statue. And then we got to add this in. Look at all the witches. Look at the creatures Most animals ain't even the same no more. So when you look at what we look at the weather, when you look at what we living in, you should be able to tell the weather is not the same. The animals don't look right. The insects don't look right. Everything that you see is thrown in front of us now is artificial in so many ways, starting from the top on down. And it's only a few people that's really watching, that's woke on what we living in as it get worse and worse. Because see, the focus now is over there in Israel, the land. Or Israel, the people. See that's why I say that way. Let me ask y'all a quick question. What's holy over there in Israel right now? What's considered holy? What is considered holy over there, what they call in Israel? That's why I tied this in with Salt Lake City. They always throwing you that, oh man, that statue, that Egyptian looking statue. Why? And the Masons love it. Why? Most of your pastors are Masons. Somebody don't want to hear this message right now. A lot of your pastors are Masons. They are off into a whole lot of stuff. A lot of these churches are full of witchcraft. Why do you think they keep doing these rituals in these churches and pastors keep pledging? Or if they're not doing this, doing that, they off into the Freemasonry stuff. And it's so much money being pushed. I know that nobody want to hear the truth, but I'm just gonna throw that at you right there. Take it how you want. Love y'all. Shalom.